Hello there, friends. Wait a minute, I had to write all this down. Happy Thursday. Happy All Hallows Eve. Happy Samhain. Happy Day of the Dead. Happy All Saints Day. Happy All Souls Day. Happy retrograde through November 20th. I think I covered it all. I love these kinds of holidays simply because to me, Halloween, Samhain really does speak to, the pagan and kind of Celtic nature to a lot of our holidays. And a lot of our Christian holidays are based on Celtic celebrations and pagan celebrations. And I just think it's such an interesting collision of history and culture and religion, all kind of smushed in there together. It's just such an interesting day, and will be an interesting couple days because I did learn today. I always thought that that Day of the Dead, All Saints Day, was like November 1st, but actually what it is like a celebration that goes from October 31st all the way through November the 2nd. So that was very, very interesting for me. I have 4 new journals to go in the shop today, you guys, and we'll just sit here and chit-chat our way through these. You've seen this fabric before. I don't think we've had this dotty fabric before, which I really do like. I have to tell you guys that some of these journals turned into a rather junky, more of like a junk journal collision, since we're just embracing that word today, of all kinds of things that I had scattered about, some really sweet gifts from you guys that I'm using to build these journals. Of course, we do feature the hairy paper clips, and that's always fun as well. Let's just start with lovebirds because we do have Valentine's coming up. I'm in to next year pretty much, as I'm kind of thinking about, take you in just a little bit, as I'm thinking about planning my journals. I am not going to be here for most of December. So I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do, because I will be away at my sister's house because she is, I am house sitting for her. And we've been talking back and forth, and she's like, well, what can you do while you're here? Because I know you depend on that. And I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting, it's not really a conundrum because I will figure it out. It's just an interesting thing to be away from your supplies, and you guys know how I work with these books. I mean, I use a lot of stuff. So it's just going to be interesting to see what I can come up with and I can make. And I'm also really uncertain about the selling aspect of December. Yes, I am a mass of uncertainty right now. But that's kind of life, isn't it? Lovebirds has a sweet little spine on it that is a combination of some metal elements as well as some cracked glass beads, as well as these super keen beads that someone sent me that I thought were just cool. And for some reason or another, this little bell just wanted to be on here. So let's take a look through Lovebirds. And if you're already kind of looking for something for Valentine's, and Valentine's does not specifically have to be on Valentine's Day. Each of these journals has a pocket. Okay, so each one has a little pocket right here in the front of the book. Again, just a little bit of a change up in the way that we do things. This one starts out with never stop exploring and life is grand. When I hear ain't life grand, I always think of Widespread Panic. And my dear friend, David Blackman, who is the fiddle guru on that song, if you've never listened to it, I'm not sure which record it's on, but the name of the song is Ain't Life Grand, and it is by Widespread Panic, and it is like a very uplifting song. I really do like it. We start out with this little pocket. It has paper elements. It has some fabric elements. It has a doily. It has some of Miss Judy's punches. So just all kinds of fun things to play with. I found the remnants of another encyclopedia, which I'm just crazy about encyclopedias. I just think that they are a lot of fun, especially because of the imagery. And a lot of times you're getting illustrations like this from old encyclopedias that are not digitally done. You're getting like real artwork and things like this. And we have new papers from New Zealand. How about that? Thanks, Miss D. We really appreciate your contribution to our books that we have in our shop. These are, it's elements that I punched out. And then I thought, that's a perfect circle. You could either use it as a template, or you could use it as a stencil. Why chuck something like that when it has uses? I really do like this pocket. We have the pretty little filigree feather. Again, this is something that Judy does. The pocket is pink. The washi tape has that pink element in it, and I thought, just kind of perpetuate that. There's a sweet little 1930s couple up here. And then the stickers right here, which are small planner stickers, say to do. So, what are you going to do next year? Those are great prompts. Just remember, anything in a book can be a prompt. It's wonderful to take these journals and really, make them work for you guys. May your holidays be merry and bright. And then you've got a sweet little Christmas flower in here. It's not coming to me right now. A little pad of paper with a maple leaf. So what does that pocket say to you? To me, this pocket says fall, winter. It says fall of the year, which we think about November, and then we have our winter months. We're thinking about Christmas, we're thinking about the new year. The pockets are arranged so to make you think. Actually, they make you think. I love this. This is a publication called Coffee News. I gotta thank Miss Kay for sending that to me. I had totally forgotten about this publication, and it's really fun. It's a weekly publication. It's specific to your local area. It's just a great little, I love things that you can tangibly pick up and read. It's got horoscopes in it. It's got advertising in it, things like that. Anything that's not digital really does attract my attention. Again, this is from the encyclopedia that I found. This is Arizona, the Great Seal of the state of Arizona. And I know Miss G is from Arizona, as are a lot of you. So it's very interesting. We have some nickel ores right here, again, from the encyclopedia. A bag of, so cool, a little popcorn bag that Miss Kay sent that just makes me happy. And when you think of popcorn, what is that memory? What does it trigger for you? Does it trigger going to the movies? Does it trigger staying at home watching movies? I remember when I was a little girl, you guys, we had Jiffy Pop popcorn, and I remember that being the most exciting thing in the whole wide world was to watch my daddy pop Jiffy Pop popcorn on the stove, because you know how you would pop it in the metal pan and you had a metal handle here and you shook it and then it pop, 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 and made that huge metal dome, because it was all like self-contained. Gosh, do they even make that anymore? Because I kind of really would like to to have some Chippy Pop. We've got some stickers for you that are, I'm going to mispronounce this, Ganeshi, a Hindu goddess, and of course she features an elephant's trunk, so, you know, love, 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 love that. This is from a book, you guys, that Miss R sent, and it is How Things Work. The cool thing about this is when I opened it, it smelled like a library, and it is a discarded library book meant for children, so you can get an idea of how things around your house work. So interesting. I've got a bit of a lighthouse here for you that is really sweet, along with a swan. Now this is a chipboard element. I am not stopping with the Halloween. I think that any time of the year is a good time to ponder Halloween, and I think it's a great prompt to help you think about fear and how fear kind of plays into your life. Are you too fearful? Are you not fearful enough? I'm not sure that not being fearful enough. I mean, I do understand that sometimes that leads us to, you know, maybe unwise decisions or dangerous situations. But anyway, it encourages you to think about fear in general. So we are going to keep elements of Halloween in these books, at least for just like a couple of weeks. Mainly because you guys have been sending me Halloween things, and it's like, oh, I just can't like put them in the drawer yet because I love Halloween. This is a little word strip that says keep on laughing. I'm going to have to go faster. I'm sorry. It's almost time for me to call Mom. What's inside the furnace? Love it. I also love, look at all of these words that you can use, you know, just, and they're big type, you know, just exactly like you would get in a children's reader. So I love things like that. This is a little pull-off sticker that says chocolate sauce. I think I got those, and again, you know, we've got all kinds of words here, all kinds of words that spur a thought or a feeling. Beware, magic, fright night. What do those things mean to you? You can cut them out, stick them on a piece of paper, in a journal, and really write about them. We have some... Oh, I love that. They even include the lucky numbers on these. Some horoscopes for you. Some napkin imagery right here. I love the Dream Weaver goat milk cheese sticker. It's so much fun. This is a little piece that Mama sent that has a lighthouse. And some chippies right here for you. More lovely papers to play with. Kind of dig the frame thing, you know. I love frames, right? Who is she, you know? Can you see your grandma in this? Can you see your great aunt? You know, what did your great aunt sprinkle you with? My auntie sprinkled me with so much love. She was an amazing person. She died way too early because she was a heavy smoker. It just broke my heart. When I was a little girl, I was a huge tomboy. And this is a lot to go into. I'm not going to go into it. I was not allowed to wear makeup or lipstick or anything like that. And my auntie took me to a store, and she bought me a pot of lip gloss. I can still see that little white pot of lip gloss with that pink lip gloss in it. And, you know, I can imagine what she said to my dad, who did not want me to wear makeup at all. You know, I can hear her going, "You just let that little girl grow up." And I was like, oh, 14, you know? I mean, I was long past the time that I should have been wearing makeup. This is a fabric that we've had before. It is a vintage fabric that I picked up at a churchyard sale. This is the end of it. This is all that I have. It's got a sweet little beaded spine that does feature a black star right here, which is probably one of my favorite symbols. I love stars in any capacity whatsoever. So let's do a little flip here. We've got our pocket right there. The pockets turned out really sweet. They started off as a big pocket, and then I had to kind of trim them down. An oversized chippy right here. We've got a filigree feather and a napkin for you. This is a Roman temple in France. Again from the super cool encyclopedia, which I really do love. I love these emojis. They're just fun. And it was, I'm actually starting to use emojis when I chit-chat with my kids, and they're like, oh, Mom, look what you can do now. And it's like, yeah, well, I taught you to use a spoon, so, you ease up on Mama and what she can do with her phone. I love these little images. Someone sent me these. I do not know the maker. We've got a piece, again, Mom sends me this box, y'all, and it's got all of these beautiful, like, chipboard pieces in it. And I'm like, I think Mom has been to Michael's, which Mom doesn't go to Michael's. So it was like, where did she get that? And then I realized that these are Kleenex boxes that my mama cut up and sent to me in a box so I could use them in my art. So there we go, y'all. Mama is co-creating with us. How cool is that? I was like, Mama, I know that was hard on her hands, but she loves to clip coupons. I think she likes to cut things out, with her scissors. So we have some Mama elements in here, and that's super cool. I said, did you go to Michael's? She said, oh, no, honey, those are Kleenex boxes. So I can just absolutely see her, like in Walmart or Rose's or somewhere, choosing Kleenex boxes just for the patterns, on the boxes. We have a bit of fabric here for you to play with, a little bit of Holly Jolly Holiday. These are all cardstock, which are super cool. How does a refrigerator work? This is the Durham Cathedral. And I think that is in England, as a matter of fact. Very sweet illustrations of all these historical interest places. Another sweet piece from Miss K. It says cookies. When I saw this, it automatically reminded me of taking my children to the grocery store, to the market, and if they were really good, we would go by and get a cookie at the end of our trip, and it was always so much fun. It's always like those simple, easy, gosh, life just got complicated, didn't it? And we tend to keep complicating it instead of trying to really make things simple. I love this pattern on this paper, and I think it goes really well with this illustration as well. I love these tanks. I think they're super cool. More of our Mama Kleenex box elements here. More of the Copy News. I love this illustration, you guys. Little girls dancing. Our Little Lady has a recital in December. So we're very excited. We got really privy to her dance that she's going to do for her recital. And she performed that for us a couple weeks ago, so we were so excited. All right, guys, let's look at some hairy paper clips. Yes, sometimes I get carried away with the Harrys, but I love Harrys, and I think that you guys do too. They're so much fun to make and put together. And this is the beaded spine here. I know that's upside down, but this whole, like, Do you see how it works? It's like a collage-y thing. And this is how it fit on the box, so I know it's upside down. And that may preclude anybody buying it, but that's okay. I'll just keep it for me. But I love it because it's an an art supplies fabric. We've got our pocket here, got a little bit of Halloween here, a lighthouse, mama element right here. We've got napkins for you to play with. How does a toilet work? That book was super cool, and I tell you, one of the coolest things about it, other than it smelled like a library, was the fact that it had been repaired with white book tape several times because it was kind of in tatters. Miss R, you know how kind of tattered that book was. But Miss R knows that I love tattered things, and she just passed it right along to me and just made my day, made me so happy. Look at the really nice way that all of these colors and textures all play together. Isn't that sweet? Speaking of texture, you guys, I am finishing some art journals, and I thought about offering these art journals in the shop for you guys, and then I realized that it might be fun to take them apart and make them into flow journals. So that's something that I've kind of got in my head that we might do. Chime in below and let me know if you like that idea, if you don't like that idea. I know that a lot of you don't like to tear things up, but to me that is deconstructing something that I have made to make it into something else. Now there are some journals that I would never touch. My first 2 art journals that were inspired by Jenny Belly, I'll probably never ever take those apart. But the others, like glue books and small art journals and, junk journals and things like that, yeah, I would deconstruct those items and use them as very original, very unique elements in flow journals because I think it would be fun. We've got the word Mary right here. This is like a blood splattered piece right here, but like I said, Halloween. Hello Sunshine. This is a super cool element from a psychic fair. I am crazy about this. It's the Aristocat of cat food. It's tuna for cats, red and light meat tuna. I just love it. I love the label. I love the colors. I love the illustrations. It reminded me of all the things that I really, really, really love, where it has to, food labels or just in food boxes and things like that are just absolutely mesmerize me. I think this was about Argentina or maybe the Falkland Islands. Can't remember. I did cut some text art trading coins out for you guys, so you can use that to play with. I love the maps. You look at a map and you think, oh, I'd like to go there. I'd like to be there. There is a town in Sicily that is selling homes for €1. Now these homes are, maybe they're using the term home in a real loose definition, but the thing is that I would love to buy something like that and restore it. I mean, could you imagine living in Sicily? It just makes my heart go pitter-patter. We have this, I know this is kind of weird. I like circles. I like dots. I like the motion of making a circle with your hands, but, you think about circle, you think about A-OK, all of the ways that you can define a circle, but I really did love this fabric. I hope you guys like it too. We start off with a sassy 1930s lady. This is the pocket here. I forgot to stick a bookmark in there, but I'll do that. This says live life. There's an illustration right here on this really super cool paper that features telephones, which are neat. I think this is what's inside the stove. Very interesting. My brother was a house husband. When his wife worked full-time, he worked part-time, and he would watch the baby while she worked, and then she would watch the baby while he worked. And he called me one day, and he said, I took apart a diaper. Do you know what's in there? And I'm like, oh, my brother, you have got to get out more. My poor brother. Taking it. Now, he's got a machinist kind of mechanical mentality about him. So it's like, yeah, I can see him tearing apart that diaper. He was like, there's gel in there. I just didn't know how it worked. I wanted to learn how it works. Oh my gosh, brother. I love this illustration again from Miss K. It features a tarot card. I love this. Sunday, moon day, Tuesday. We know that 2 lost his hand. Woden's day is, of course, Thor's daddy. It's just this great, like, illustration of where we get our, you know, kind of Anglican days of the week, right? This is a beautiful illustration of a snowy owl, a wolverine, and wolves right here, a peregrine falcon. I have a friend in Charlotte who does falcons. Now, he is a master falconer. I think that's just the super coolest thing in the whole wide world. He's a very Renaissance kind of guy, you know, even though he's really technologically savvy. He's a producer and, you know, does all kinds of things. It's like, you know, it's so much fun to kind of dip into that Renaissance period. I think it's very, very interesting. This is How Does an Electric Light Work? I believe this is Arkansas. Hot Springs. Yep, there's Hot Springs right there. Again, you know, these awesome illustrations from encyclopedias. A chippy bit for you right here. This is inside a fluorescent bulb, which is very interesting. A 6-volt farm lamp. So I guess that would be used to keep things warm, like maybe chickens or eggs. Speaking of farm, today is the last day at the farm. We are closed for the season. This is Mary, and you got a thumbs up, a little fish right here, some lip stickers. She is just coy. I think she's so pretty. And we have a deer for you to play with right here. This is a wooden cutout deer. And we will not be open again until May, and I do not start working again until March. This is, it's like, I usually have a panic attack like November 1st. But I really tried this year to prepare better. You can see where this book was discarded, which I love the word discard. Again, a prompt, you know, what are you going to discard in the new year? Are you going to let go of some beliefs? Are you going to discard them? Are you going to let go of some habits? Or are you going to discard them? What's inside a house? But I'm super trying not to panic this year. It's an odd time of year because, you know, folks who usually have their cars worked on, we do that during the summer. And it's just, you know, everything kind of slows down. But that's okay because that is contrast, right? And without contrast, the world is just not a very interesting place at all. So, got to have a little contrast. Got to have some of that, what did we talk about yesterday? We got to have some of that holy tension, right? Which is really what it amounts to. All right, you guys, these 4 journals will go in the shop a little later on today. I appreciate you hanging out with me and listening to me babble, and I hope y'all have a great Thursday, Samhain, All Hallows Eve, Halloween, Day of the Dead, All Saints Day, All Souls Day, and tomorrow marks a retrograde period. So, good luck with all that. Hands and feet inside the car at all times. See y'all later. Bye.